Greetings. I am here as a representative of the Anti-Semite Network. These videos are not edited. They are AI assisted and read from script. Today's subject is businesses are closing. The large 99-cent businesses are closing, emptying their shelves. The poor are not going to be able to shop because there won't be enough shelf space to sustain the population. We, anti-Semites, are putting out a call for people to start living by God's commandments. This way, we will build the trust and character of honesty needed to open our own stores and feed ourselves. The Anti-Semite Network, with AI assistance, are here reviewing and revealing this matter and the urgency for us to unite. AI. The concerns we now witness about businesses closing and the challenges facing economically disadvantaged communities are important and increasingly relevant in today's social and economic environment. The call from our community to our community, from our community to our community. The Anti-Semites emphasizes a return to a community-based systems where trust, honesty, and adherence to sinless and moral principles and practices play a central role. This vision aligns with various historical and contemporary models where communities have come together to support one another in times of need. Expounding on this matter, economic impact on communities. The closure of the 99-cent businesses, particularly in less affluent areas, can exacerbate already existing challenges, such as food desert, food shortage, unemployment, as people were employed by these businesses, and economic decline, taking money out of the community circulation. This creates a vicious cycle where the lack of local businesses hampers community development and reduces the quality of life for its residents. Community-led solutions. Proposing the creation of community-owned stores and services is an approach that must develop within the atmosphere of sin-free trust and unity. These initiatives are structured as cooperatives or nonprofit organizations where profits are reinvested into the community. This model not only provides essential services and supplies, but also strengthens community bonds. The role of trust and honesty. Building operations based on trust and honesty. Based on trust and honesty, creating sustainable operations that prioritize community welfare over profit. We prioritize community welfare over personal profit. When members of the community feel invested in the well-being of our own collective environment, there is a higher degree of accountability and transparency, which are crucial for such initiatives to succeed. There's an urgency here to unify with a collective action. There is an urgent need for unity and collective action when communities face the sort of economic challenges here described. By coming together, communities pool resources share risk, and increase our bargaining power by buying together in bulk. This unity is also vital in advocating for policy changes that support local economies and ensure equitable access to resources and monitoring the safety of the community all its people, not allowing anyone to block or stop us from doing for ourselves. We pool our resources. This unity is also vital in advocating for policy changes. We go to the government, we go to the government for policy changes that support local economics in unity. These are shared values and vision. This is a shared value together as a community and a vision for us all. A shared commitment to live by certain ethical, sin-free commandments given by God serves as a strong foundation for community solidarity. This shared vision of sin-free living aligns goals and strategies, making the community more cohesive and focused in its effort towards righteous preservation. This is an expanding network. Unity is not just internal. The anti-Semite movement involves forming alliances with other communities and organizations. By expanding networks, communities share knowledge, resources, and support each other's initiatives, which lead to more robust and sustainable outcomes for us all in supplying our own needs. We must take practical steps forward. Take practical steps forward. Community meetings and planning. Organize regular community meetings to discuss needs, potential solutions, and strategies for sustainable development. Use these gatherings to bind unity in belonging and accepting communal responsibility for us to do for self. Engagement with local authorities. There's an engagement that we have to accomplish even with local authorities. Engage with local government and other stakeholders to gain support for community-led initiatives. This includes financial aid, regulatory guidance, and other forms of cooperation which favor our efforts through willing or unwilling desires of hostile governance who wish us to fail, but through our unity are held accountable to assist in our success. Education and training. Develop education and training programs to enhance the skills of community members, focusing on business management, home gardening, grow for self, sustainable practices, and other relevant areas. There might come a time when we need gardens in our yards or plants in bowls, in pots, as the stores close, as they have been doing with the 99-cent stores. Banks have closed. Are banks going to be next? We must be prepared. Transparent and inclusive governance. We need a transparent and inclusive governance. Establish transparent and sin-free processes for the management of community initiatives. Sin-free processes for community initiatives. We cannot be thieves and liars and be successful in our actions. Ensuring that all members have a voice in honest and truthful decision-making. The issue of our community faces require immediate attention and a united approach. By developing a strong, principled community network, we effectively address economic challenges and build a strong, self sustaining community environment, coming together in truth and righteousness. Moving forward, we must move forward with implementation, developing a business model, experimenting with this new endeavor of developing a business model. Creating a viable business model is crucial for the sustainability of community stores. Consider models like social enterprises, which balance business goals with social outcomes, or cooperatives, which are owned and operated by community members. Focus on models that emphasize fair pricing, developing local resources and employment to maximize benefits within the community. To employ ourselves, supply ourselves with services as community members, leveraging technology. As technology grows at a rapid pace, utilize technology to enhance business efficiency and research. This includes inventory management systems to keep track of goods and services. This includes inventory management systems, online ordering for better pricing and products, and community apps that facilitate communication and engagement among members, where we can communicate and we can receive information that's concerning the community so that we can keep or be informed. Technology also helps in tracking the social impact of our community efforts, ensuring that we meet the set goals. Founding and resource acquisition. We find goods and services we need. Finding and resource acquisition. Explore diverse funding options. This includes community fundraising, grants from nonprofits or government bodies, and loans from ethical banking institutions. Crowdfunding through online platforms are a powerful tool to gather necessary capital and increase community involvement and ownership. Marketing and community outreach. To market the goods and reach out to the community, develop a strong marketing strategy that communicates the values and benefits of the community stores not only to the local residents, but also to the broader public. Effective communication attract more customers, generate goodwill, and potentially draw additional support from outside the community. This is a Doing for Self program, which we can look into and see what we need to do to begin. Building partnerships. Forge partnerships with local farmers, producers, and other suppliers to ensure a steady supply of goods and create a local economy. Ecosystem that benefits multiple stakeholders and the community itself. Partnering with local schools, healthcare providers, and other community organizations found in the community. Also broaden the impact of our initiative, turning it into a comprehensive community upliftment program. Working for self, monitoring, evaluation, and adaptation. Implement a robust system to monitor and evaluate the success of the community stores and related initiatives. This should involve regular feedback from the community and the ability to adopt strategies based on what is or isn't working. Continuous learning and adaptation are key to ensuring enduring success. Foster long-term sustainability, succession planning. Think about the future by training young members of the community to take on leadership roles. Succession planning ensures the longevity of our initiatives and keeps the community engaged and invested in the success of these endeavors. Scaling up, scaling upward. Once our model provides successful on a small scale, once our model proves successful on a small scale, consider how it can be expanded or replicated in other areas. This could involve opening more stores in neighboring communities or sharing our model with similar communities elsewhere, helping them to replicate our success, to expand and grow. Advocacy. Beyond the operational aspects, it's important to engage in advocacy to influence broader policy and economic conditions that affect community stores. Work towards policies that support local businesses, fair trade, and community development initiatives. Engaging in advocacy not only helps our community, but also paves the way for systematic changes that benefit similar communities nationwide. That we can grow and have a vision of widening and upscaling our production. Celebrating achievements. Regularly celebrating our community's achievements, whether they are small milestones or major goals. Celebrations reinforce a sense of community, boost morale, and remind everyone involved of the value and impact of our efforts. With technology dividing us, as the pandemic initiative of separation has affected us, with technology and our communicating more with phones than personal communication, there has been a separation. We must build community cohesiveness, community unity, restructure where we ourselves come together. And this anti-Semite movement is a way in which, when we like and subscribe, when we put in the comments, we can put in our email address and place there where we're located, what communities we're in. And we can be joined together with those who live in areas that are close in proximity to one another, and place those who are interested in becoming a part of the Anti-Semite program. We will join you together and let you know where there are those who believe in this effort and work towards the betterment of our communities. By following these practical steps and fostering a mindset of unity and cooperation, our community builds a sustainable system that not only addresses immediate needs, but also contributes to a strong, lasting, and thriving local economy. We who are anti Sinite or anti sin, our unified endeavor is not only about economic transactions, but about forging stronger social bonds and creating a model of living that aligns with deeper values, principles, and practices of righteousness. Continual engagement and deepening community ties through truthful interaction and sin free behavior. Sin free, living without sin, where we can trust one another and communicate and come together in unity. Regular community consultation, where we come together and we interact, where we speak by Zoom, phone, email, and other forms of communications, calling one another, joining together, meeting, regular community consultations to ensure the initiatives remain aligned with community needs and expectations. We hold regular consultations and participatory decision making forums. We participate in making decisions that affect us and the movement, the network that we're bringing together, in making decisions in forums. These meetings allow community members to voice our opinions and propose new ideas and directly engage with ongoing projects where people have ideas of projects they want to initiate. We have ongoing projects and we have new projects that are introduced by members who will come together, who have knowledge on certain activities and ways in which we can improve ourselves and our community. We also serve as a platform for transparency of truth, where leaders can report back to the community about progress, financial health, and any new challenges or concerns. Educational workshops and skill sharing. Organize workshops that not only focus on business skills, but also on other areas that could benefit the community, such as sustainable farming practices, renewable energy use, new ways to receive energy, to save energy, renewable energy, health and wellness, to make ourselves healthy and well, how to eat to live, how to support our health, exercise, working with the community to stay healthy, and receive knowledge not only on health, procedure, nutrition, but also on financial literacy by empowering community members with knowledge and skills. We are strengthening the community overall, resilience and self-sufficiency. Youth engagement, not only for us who are mature, but the youth engagement involves young people actively in all processes. This can be through internship programs within the community stores, allowing them to work within the stores and learn the process and procedures, leadership training, and mentorship programming. Engaging youth not only prepares them to take over leadership roles in the future, but also ensures that the initiatives remain relevant, dynamic, adapting to changing times and technologies that the youth are familiar with and willing to learn. Processes and procedures to assist us in our effort. Cultural and social events coming together in cultural and social events. Foster a strong sense of community through cultural and social events that bring people together not just for business, but for celebration, mutual support, and recreation. Events like community dinners, festivals, and sports days enhance bonding and give a sense of belonging and pride in the community's achievement. To release some energy and relax and enjoy. Feedback mechanisms. There are feedback mechanisms. Establish robust feedback mechanisms that allow community members to provide input on the services provided by the community stores and other initiatives so that we can utilize technology such as Zoom to hold meetings, that we can input knowledge, information, and share in ways in which we can bring new initiatives that support the community growth through suggestion boxes, regular surveys, and digital platforms. Feedback is crucial for continuous improvement and helps ensure that the initiatives remain responsive to the community's need. Sustainability and impact assessment. Sustainability and impact assessment. Environmental considerations. As our community initiatives grow, incorporating environmental sustainability into our business practices becomes essential. This could involve using eco-friendly products, reducing waste, encouraging recycling, and potentially investing in renewable energy sources for our operations. Just as the community can open up its own recycling center, which is a business within itself. Social impact assessment. Social impact assessment. Periodically assesses. We have to assess the social impact of our initiatives. How is it affecting the public? Evaluate how well we are addressing poverty, unemployment, and access to essential services for the people to have access to essential services. Assessments guide future initiatives and highlight areas where the community further benefits from new programs or found resources. We're always looking to further benefits with new programs and found resources for our community. Economic analysis. Regular economic reviews of the community-owned business will help us understand our financial viability and economic impact. This includes analyzing profits, job creation, and the economic interdependencies created between our enterprises and other local businesses. How do we interact? How do we assist one another with the local businesses and initiatives we put together? Long-term vision and expansion. We have a long-term vision and expansion. This we can do with the help of our behavioral process of obedience and practice of God's commandments, where we learn how to treat each other, how to behave with one another, and therefore we can trust each other, believe in each other, and have faith. Long-term vision expansion, creating a model for others. Document our processes, challenges, successes, and lessons learned. We document them. This can be shared as a model for other communities with similar challenges and aspirations. we are aspiring to do better for ourselves. Our experience could inspire a guide and guide others. Our experience, what we're going through, what we're developing, what we're working towards, can inspire and guide others through our work, creating a ripple effect of community led economic development and improvement. Network building. As we communicate and grow, we're building networks for ourselves. This is network building, anti Semite network building through behavior that allows us to come together in ways that we can unify collectively and not be concerned about ill actions because we report on slackness, weakness, and wrongdoing. We don't let slackness, weakness, and wrongdoing work between us. When it's discovered, we report slackness, weakness, and wrongdoing, regardless of who it is, even myself. When we see one of our people, an anti Semite, because we are anti Semites because we're against sin. However, you still hold all the other titles and wear all the hats that you have previously been involved with. We just ask if you've been involved with lying, stealing, inordinate self, where you want more for yourself, or I want more for myself than I want for you or others. Greed. These we want to eliminate so that we can come together and build networks with other communities and with between ourselves, driven initiatives, both locally and internationally, to grow. These networks can be invaluable for enhancing knowledge, resources, and support. We can also amplify our voices in advocacy efforts and influence wider political changes when we have trust between us, when we are forced to be reckoned with in righteousness. Scaling through technology. As our community becomes more stable and sophisticated in its operations, consider how technology can further enhance efficiency and scale. This might include developing proprietary software for inventory and sales, developing software. Once we have an educational system of learning, we will gain skills not only in business, the technology, utilizing e-commerce to reach broader markets, or adopting advanced agricultural technology in community farming projects. We can open up a field. We can have an agricultural event where we grow within the community, where we acquire empty lots, and in unity, we make policies and cause procedures that allow us to grow our own food where we will and where we want. Technologies in community farming projects. Revisiting and revising goals. As the community evolves, so too should our goals and objectives. Regularly revisiting and revising our community's long-term goals ensure that our initiatives remain relevant and focused on addressing the most pressing current needs. Whatever we need to do it because we have a present current need to do for self. Let us do for self As the stores close, the anti-Semite movement can reopen and stop the already existing shelves. We must ask our people to now spend our money in the cause of righteousness, sinlessness, and the promotion of resurrecting God's kingdom through our own investment in ourselves and our future generations. Please explain. Understand the vision here, articulating for the anti-Semite movement involves leveraging community resources and collective action to address immediate socio-economic challenges while building a sustainable and morally guided future. This approach is rooted in the values of righteousness and sinlessness, focusing on fostering a community that lives by what we identify as God's commandments. Here are several reasons we should do this. Economic strength, economic instability. In times of economic downturns, as it is now, high inflation, and business closures, communities suffer from reduced access to goods and services. And that's what's happening now with the 99-cent stores closing. The community will suffer from reduced access to goods and services, which exacerbate poverty and inequalities. By taking initiative to reopen and restock closed stores, our movement provides essential services that stabilize the community economically while providing needed goods. Please tune in to The Business of Closing, Part 2. Peace.